Is this HDMI, man? Is this... Yeah, I hear you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
And that's the biggest fuck up. I'm sorry.
That's on camera. It's water.
Oh, test. We're good. We're solid.
We good. We freaking back. Let me take a sip of this. I need some hydration.
Let's
Oh, thank you.
Let's give you some.
Sharing the hydration.
Well, cheers. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm old now.
You're young.
I know, we're young.
I mean, we say that as you're 31 and my back is broken.
Yeah, you and I haven't slept in days. So
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, dude. Fatherhood.
Yeah. I'm a dad now, by the way. I'm a freaking dad now.
Hey, dude, congrats.
Thank you.
Everybody, congrats. Congrats to Nick. First baby.
Yeah. My boy. Hank. Dude,
He's
I think
the
that's
chosen one.
Yeah, he is Lisan al-Gaib.
As is written.
Listen, I didn't write the prophecy.
Listen.
But things are lining up. Here we go. Sorry, we haven't been here in a while.
Yeah, we're still resetting up from the last time we shot months ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. Dude, I went a little higher. This is kind of nice.
I want to go higher.
Less lean. Yeah.
No, this is good.
Yeah.
I'm a little shorter.
I got a
than you
long
are.
torso.
a
No
little
legs.
shorter. I'm a short king.
That's okay.
You know.
We both are.
Yeah.
Dude, you know who I saw on 4th of July?
No.
Paul Loringer.
No way,
Frickin' too tall Paul.
dude.
You know
He's
he lives 2 houses down from my sister.
no shit. He's hiding in Enumclaw?
Yeah, dude. We were
It's wild.
standing out in the driveway, and then I'm like, God, that's a freaking
That's a
giant
tall
over
guy.
there.
Who
and
could
then he
it
comes
be?
over, and
Too
I'm like,
tall
"It's
Paul."
Too tall Paul. What the hell?
Yeah.
First thing I say to him when he walks up, I think you've shrunk, man.
What did he say?
He's like, you too. And I'm like, fuck off, dude. Like, come on.
No, that's wild. He's coaching with Dom.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's literally super small world.
Yeah, I actually
just
got to
tied
reach
in.
out to Dom, remind him. Because he
Yeah.
told me to remind him. And
Yeah,
it's next
17th.
week. Yeah, I'll send him the questions for guests and everything.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's crazy, though.
Yeah. And
He married Mrs. Busey's daughter,
Yep.
right?
Yep. She was like, because the
Like
sister,
2 years
she's
below
like, do
us,
you
I
know me?
think?
And I'm like, no. And I was like, are you in Becca's class? And she's like, yeah. And then she's like, my brother's Trent. And I was
Trent
like,
Busey,
I was
that's
like,
right.
oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
I think
yeah.
Trent was a year below us.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
then she was 2 years below that, or
Yeah.
below us. So
Yeah.
it was like 1-1.
One split.
That's wild. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, that was super weird. I was like, wow, this is a blast from the past.
Yeah, I saw Paul, dude, years and years ago at the store.
Do you have that feeling when, because we're not tall guys, like we're not.
No,
I've
not by any
accepted
means.
it. Do you have that feeling when you're around really tall guys that you feel like you're 10 years younger than them? Where you're like, you're almost a little kid?
Yeah,
Like,
a little bit.
when I was near Paul, I was just like, God, I feel like I'm
We're
just
the same age. I might be older than you.
I know I'm older than you, but I feel like I'm 15 years
Yeah.
younger than you right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a little kid.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just the short king thing.
it's just the way it is. Whatever.
It's just the way it is.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Send us. Freaking send it.
welcome back, everybody. This is Weirdly Artistic. You're here with Jose,
And Nick.
your local weirdos.
Yeah.
And today, we wanted to just keep talking about film and what's one of the most important things of any film.
Bump, 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 bump. Sound. Yeah. I reference that because it's one of the most known songs based off of 2 notes.
I would say it is the most iconic
Sound based off of 2 notes.
Yeah.
And it was done by our boy, at the time known as Johnny Williams.
Johnny Williams. I would say John is actually one of the most famous composers when it comes to film, if not the most.
I think long term, yeah.
Like most well known, the longest maybe.
It's early 70s.
Because early 70s he did a lot of work with.
He was a jazz composer.
Was he really?
That's where he started.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you might know a little bit more about.
I watched the whole documentary. I love Johnny.
Yeah, no, John. I mean, he's done some of the best stuff. I mean, Jurassic Parks,
Indiana Jones,
Star Wars. Did he do Lord of the Rings?
No,
Who did Lord of the Rings? You would know this.
I actually don't know this.
You don't know this? I don't know this.
Let's hop
I figured
back.
if anyone would.
I should know this, but let's hop back. Sound and film. We're diving into Johnny. He's later in this discussion.
So yeah, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. But
should know
today
this.
we wanted to talk about sound and film. We've done a previous episode, but we wanted to do a little bit more of a deep dive on the history of sound in films, from actual voice to sound
Diegetic,
effects,
non-diegetic.
non-diegetic, diegetic sounds. But let's go back to the beginning.
The very beginning.
Very beginning. So film itself was, I think it started in the middle to late 1890s.
Yeah.
Tommy Edison,
Yeah,
our boy
our boy Tom.
Tom Eddy. Him and the Lumiere brothers were.
I haven't heard that name in so long.
Dude, yeah, right?
Lumiere brothers.
The Lumiere brothers and Thomas Edison were inventing stuff on how to project images, right? So from projections in the mid 1890s, you started getting films, and it was like
first being the horse.
The horse.
Taken by, I think it's like 6 to 10 images, and it's different cameras. But that was one of the first. Funny reference. It's in Nope.
Is it really?
Yeah, they reference that that's the granddad of the owner of the ranch.
Oh, okay.
He was the first action star.
In several episodes, I've mentioned I still haven't watched Nope. I was about to start watching it the other night, but I was like super late, and I was like, I can't watch this right now. I'm not going to pay attention. But yeah, they started Kiki Palmer and her brother, I think, right?
Yeah. So
they started talking about like they're trying to like sell like their, because they're horse.
They're like the stunt
tamers or
doubles for
whatever,
the
right?
horses.
Yeah.
But it's a cool way that Jordan Peele tied into like the history of cinema.
Oh, that's actually really okay.
Their great granddad was.
When I watch this is going to be just so much better then.
So yeah, that was the first image. Was a man trotting by on his horse, and then they just put it in a spinner, and we're like, look,
and
it's a
it
moving
was
image.
it was stagnant.
Yeah,
there was no movement. And that is the origins of film. It was literally just projecting like literal just images.
Yeah.
Like it was like
It's
a
like
slide.
stop
It was a
motion.
slideshow. Yeah, it was a slideshow like stop motion. So that was the very, very early beginnings, and obviously they still hadn't figured out how to get sound on film at that point. So a lot of the times
the technology was
there. So it wasn't until we got in the 1930s when we started getting the talkies. Is the
great
the
era.
term for talking pictures. But from 1894, 95 to about I think the first actual film with sound on it was The Jazz Singer in 1927.
Okay.
So we had about 30 years of just silent pictures. And then you would just have live bands or
playing
instruments
the music,
or live before there was a term for it, but Foley's.
You know what's funny is we're going back to that. Like the candlelight shows where they play the movie and then the band plays it. Like that's happening nowadays.
I've seen that where like they have like a live orchestra playing like the
Lord of the Rings or Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Like you can go to a
That's
show
funny,
where
actually.
the
I
movie,
didn't even think about that. Yeah, like we're really going back to the roots with like
it's
just like a
happening.
new way to experience a film, right?
It's a fun way, and I think it's a cool opportunity for the musical people.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. So we had silent film era that was about 30 years. Technology still wasn't there. I think they were waiting for vacuum tube amplifiers.
Yep.
And it was I want to say Warner Brothers that did the first first movie with sound. But the silent film era, it was great. I think most of it was comedies.
Slapstick.
Because of obviously they didn't have dialogue or any sort of sound effects that you could put into the movie. So they relied a lot on
Like stage acting.
projection.
Yeah.
Right. Like they really had to project their feelings, their emotions.
Yeah.
Like they had to be a little bit more grandiose, which I think is
which is why like Charlie Chaplin had like the really
Yeah.
hard paint,
like
as well.
super prominent like makeup
Features.
essentially.
Yeah.
But that could be kind of seen as like campy or just overdone
Nowadays.
nowadays. But that's that's kind of what was required of actors back in
To
the day.
showcase. It's like how you
And yeah,
bring
so
it.
from that era we got like Charlie Chaplin, I think, which
Buster
is
Keaton.
probably the most prominent
I think anyone
silent
would.
film actor.
Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin.
Gold Rush, Train something. Like he's got 5 or 6 movies that if you saw a clip from it, you're like, oh, okay.
And I mean, everyone I think knows what Charlie Chaplin looks like. He
Yeah.
was, the
I mean, even The Office makes
Hitler
a reference.
mustache,
Yeah.
but like Charlie Chaplin did it first.
It's true.
Hitler copied him, obviously.
Wow. He copied everything.
He copied everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had, the silent film era, and we had subtitles. That I think that was.
What were they called?
They were intertitles. They were
Yeah.
intertitles. So
So they
it was,
weren't on the screen while they were doing stuff. It was like something cut in.
Yeah. So I think I don't exactly know how they did it, but my best guess is that there was like gaps in the film, like when it was being projected, and then they could just like a slideshow just put in.
Well, it's like how they
like,
cut actual
intertitles.
film. Like they would just cut the film.
Yeah.
And then actually.
And then just
interlace
insert it
in.
essentially. Because what I was reading is that it was like a really easy way for them to do films internationally, basically.
Oh,
where
that
they would
makes
just
sense, yeah.
change the subtitles to the
Yeah.
different language, and it was the easiest way because there was no sound, so you
That
didn't have
makes
to
sense.
worry about languages. You would just translate whatever the intertitle was.
No wonder Thomas
And-
Edison had a monopoly on the film world.
Dude. Yeah, like he honestly is the father of film. We said that it
He's
was
the
Hitchcock,
OG Disney.
but he started film. Like
Yeah.
if it was him and the Lumiere brothers that started the projections of
Yeah.
like images, and that's what
He was
started
the
the
first
film.
to fight the government on monopoly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I actually didn't
He
know
had
about
all
that.
6 phases of the film industry. So all the way from pre-production to distribution. And so he was the first to be in a lawsuit with the government of having control of an industry.
That's insane. I actually didn't know that.
That's a monopoly.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Which is funny because we have so many monopolies now and no one bats an eye.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
I digress.
That's not what we're here for.
No, but yeah. So with silent films, the best way to get sound on there was just live music, right? And I mean, the whole reason for this episode is to explain sound, dialogue, and just like sound effects in
Like,
general.
where we came from,
and
too, like-
where we came from, but like what it does to your film, right?
Yeah.
I think this is kind of a childish example, but I remember watching Ned's Declassified, and there was the episode where
Love
they
that
go
show.
into music class, and the music teacher with the comb over like all the way around,
dude.
he was like trying to explain how just music gets you in different moods, right?
Yeah, it definitely
And
does.
like especially classical music, because like you have this very raw form of art that can portray peacefulness, anger, sadness, happiness, like all these different
the
emotions.
difference of it of the classical orchestra as well as every instrument is written to represent the moment
Actually,
going
yeah.
on. And like, if you put like a Blink 182 song to a movie, it's like, oh, that's nostalgic because I remember what I was going through when I heard that. But like
and it wasn't just a phase.
It wasn't. I still am there. But the orchestra is like every single thing is broken down to for that exact moment.
Yeah.
And when we get into John Williams, I'll talk about more of like the why he did that.
Mm-hmm.
But that I think is what adds so much more because it's like it's orchestrated.
Wow.
Wow.
It's the orchestra is orchestrated.
Huh.
Yeah, no, and I mean it gives you a different dynamic approach and subconscious feeling of like what you're watching is when you have that sound that kind of
Like,
goes along with the feeling
Every
that you're supposed
aspect
to be.
makes you feel
Yeah.
that way. And I think even to the casual viewer, you recognize that. Like, why do I feel this way?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I think
why would I ride in with the
the
Riders of
easiest
Rohirrim?
example would just be like a horror movie, right? When you
Yeah.
start like even Jaws, like
Yeah.
Donna, and it's kind of
And you're
gives you that
scared.
like
You know.
it puts you like on edge. It gives you that little like anxiety
Yeah.
that you don't know where it's coming from.
I'm kind of
and
scared of the ocean
it's like that's why sound is so important, because it kind of it takes you to the place that the film wants you to go.
Yeah.
Right. It's a precursor almost.
Yeah.
So
It's,
where
like a subconscious
where
kind of like
the
clip.
visual obviously is showing you, but the sound is kind of like the precursor that's like setting you up
Yeah.
to what you're about to
And
see.
they always do that in movies. They give you a little bit beforehand, and it's like in the horror film, it's like the high pitch.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's
then
like,
sound effects come into a play, especially with horror films when
Yeah.
like they give you that like
yep.
some
door
sort some sort of
slamming or-
quick like hot like
Or the freaking
hot
refrigerator
sound.
door.
Yeah,
You always know.
it's
Is he
yeah,
there
so
or not?
That's sound is just so important, and this has been the evolution of where it's come from, how it's
Yeah.
been integrated into film. So yeah, the silent era just kind of gave us the foundation for it all, and all
I think
of it
they
was
locked in film.
They locked in film before they could
Yeah.
they could start recording sound onto film.
Onto
and it
it.
wasn't until I think 1927 when Warner Brothers came out with the Jazz Singer. I think it was that. I might be mistaken. I know Universal was after.
Yeah. They're both like 120
Warner
years
Brothers
old.
was for sure the first one to put out a talkie. And then Universal was like, well, we have to keep up with that. So
Yeah.
like, let's do this. So once we get into talkies, they had to go about it a couple different ways, but ultimately the best way to do it was to just record it onto the film itself,
Which is
which
tough.
which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like you're recording
live Foleying.
sound onto a piece of film, and like not just that, but like everything had to be perfectly in sync, right?
And you also have a limited amount of film and things you can use
Exactly.
to do this.
And I mean that's
And back
it's-
then, it's what did they use to record audio? I don't even know.
phonogram,
Okay,
a phonogram.
there we go.
So they recorded it onto the phonogram, and then from the phonogram they recorded it onto the film, which is crazy.
Okay, so they had a little bit of control.
Yeah, and I mean that was the cheapest way, is what I was like reading, is that was the cheapest option, because for example, like even when they were doing intertitles,
Yeah.
which eventually evolved into subtitles, and we'll get into how that term came about, but yeah, intertitles was just so much easier to do,
Yeah,
and
it's quicker,
it was
too.
the cheapest way just to do it all around.
You know what it is? It's your subtext of like where the story is. It's like
I hear you.
hello.
There you go.
Okay, that was weird.
I think you might just need a little more slack here.
Too much tension.
There you
Weird.
go.
Subplot is what I meant. It's like it's giving you all of the details in
Mhm.
between. But yeah, lost that thought. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun fact about subtitles. So intertitles evolved through time. At first, it was just basically like a cue card that they would just
Yeah.
throw up. And eventually, they started putting titles on the movie itself, like over what was being filmed.
Yeah.
And once they came to the best positioning, which was under it, titles.
Interesting.
And before talkies, that was the easiest way, cheapest way to
Makes
do
sense.
like international films, like I was saying, where
Yeah.
you could do different languages and it was just the subtitle. And because they were at the bottom, where it was the easiest to like not hide them, but get them out of the way of the rest of the
film.
The film.
Yeah.
They became subtitles. So
I personally hate subtitles because then I'm just reading and then
Yeah.
I miss what's being filmed.
I understand that. I had a big gripe with subtitles, especially growing up as Mexican, because my parents would watch like movies in English with Spanish subtitles or vice versa.
Yeah.
And when the words didn't match up with like what like was being like
Yeah,
said,
it's
it bugged me internally. Like it did not sit
I
well
want
with
to-
me.
Film for me is about like the shot.
Yeah.
Like I want to see that.
And
if I'm
it definitely
reading,
does take away from it, I will say, because like especially because I'm a big anime watcher,
Yeah.
and as new stuff comes out, I have to watch it subbed,
Yeah.
and I will say I do miss some stuff where I
Yeah,
have to
'cause
like
it's like-
rewatch the episode to like get everything
Keep
once.
up.
I'll read it once and then rewatch it sometimes
Yeah.
to like get everything else. But yeah, you do lose
You
some
miss some.
stuff. You miss.
I spent 2 quarters in college watching subbed movies. The French, the freaking German, and then we had the Spanish film. Like, nothing wrong with any of them. But when you
When you're reading.
and then the Japanese quarter. So like we literally had quarter after quarter of reading subtitled movies, and I'm just like, please.
You get faster. I
Yeah.
will say. I mean, I've been watching anime for 15 plus years. So you get faster,
get-
but you still do miss stuff. So like I can.
I wish I
understand
just
that.
spoke the language.
Yeah.
It's what is it? I learn a new skill so that I don't have to pay someone to do it that's already mastered it.
I'm gonna spend 1 month to learn a new skill instead of paying someone that can do it in a day.
Yeah, that sounds like my
But-
only option.
Dude, you have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so once we got to talkies, they also standardized the frame rates.
Mm-hmm.
So where kind of like you said with horses,
Yeah.
it was 6, 8,
Like 10 frames.
10 frames, right?
12.
They started doing between 16 and 26 frames per second for silent films. And I guess one thing I saw is that part of the reason why they did a lower frame rate was because it was better with the like comedy slapstick.
It probably made things look faster, move quicker.
Well,
yeah.
I guess it just helped with the delivery of the slapstick jokes in silent
That
films,
makes
right?
sense.
And then once we got to talkies, where you kind of wanted it to match a little bit more with talking speed, they standardize it as 24 frames per second in the 30s.
Classic movement.
So that's where we get 24 frames per second, which is
Yeah.
I think that's what the eye sees.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Industry standard of 24 frames per second. I mean, that's
so
cinematic.
we standardized talkies, and we started just getting other films, which is funny enough. Charlie Chaplin actually fell off hard.
Yeah, because it's not that funny when you don't say
Well,
anything.
so one thing I also like I remember I had drama class in 6th and 7th grade, and I did like a couple plays for the school or whatever. And one thing we learned about Charlie Chaplin specifically is that part of the reason he didn't continue his career after talkies became a thing is that his voice wasn't quite right for what people want to hear.
He has 2 movies that are talkies.
Yeah.
And one of them is actually great. He plays a general. And
Doesn't
it's pretty
he
funny.
kind of have like a high kind of
Yeah.
squeaky voice?
Yeah.
And I heard that's one of the biggest reasons why his career
worked
kind of tanked.
for this film, but it would not work for anything outside of, because he's playing like a satirical role of a general,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's kind of funny because he's like, it's a power play, but he's got this high pitched voice, so it worked.
Yeah.
But everything
For that
outside
film,
of that,
for that, yeah.
for that thing. But like back then, what stories are you going to tell that fit in that?
Yeah.
So yeah,
You know,
Charlie fell off.
R.I.P. to his career.
I mean, he was set forever.
Yeah,
Like,
for
he's
sure,
the-
for
the
sure. I mean, he was
godfather
so prominent in that. I mean, again, he's I think one of the most famous, if not the most famous actor of the silent film era.
I would say even in the last 150, like
Yeah,
I guess
like
the industry's only been around.
so prominent. I mean, 120 years.
Yeah, maybe
Give-
130.
130
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but I mean, he invented a lot of things too. Like George Lucas took the perspective painting from Charlie Chaplin.
oh really?
Yeah, there's a movie where he's on roller skates, and there's like this scene where he's supposed to be rolling towards an edge, and they did a perspective shot where like the edge that he was rolling up to was a huge drop, and it's a painting. So like,
Oh, that's cool.
so
Okay.
he was he's a godfather in more things than just like
Than you would
that,
think.
Like, and it might not have been him that thought of that, but like
Yeah.
it was his movies that brought those to light. So
No, that's
he's got a
cool.
lot. Like he's a legend for
Okay.
sure.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah,
I'd actually like. I've never watched any of his like films all the
they're
way
all on
through.
HBO.
Are they really?
Yeah, you should watch.
I've watched like short clips like in drama class and stuff, but like I've never watched like full films.
Gold Rush is probably one of the best.
Okay.
It's really good. It's
Gold
like
Rush.
I don't even think it's longer than 20 minutes. Like it's a quick watch,
Okay.
but they have some crazy effects in there for the time era. Like,
Okay.
it's good.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
Charlie Chap,
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin.
the man.
And then out of the silent film era, we also got like pretty iconic movies like Nosferatu,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean just got remade, and I'm sure is
One
a
of the best
completely
horrors
different
ever made.
vibe and feel to it
Yeah.
now that it's 100, like 98, 100 years later. Because it was like in the
it was
20s.
Like 28, I think, is when it came out.
Yeah.
The best part of that movie.
20,
is,
yeah, so 97 years ago,
Yeah.
like it came out. And I mean, I would say that it still kind of holds for what it was. for the time. For the
Yeah.
time where it was
For-
shot, like it
yeah.
holds, right?
Yeah, no, I mean it was ahead of its time.
It was,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, so we have Nosferatu, and I think the other really big silent film was The Passion of Joan of Arc, which I haven't seen myself, but
It's a long one.
it's
It's a long one. There's also Dr. Caligari, which is a
Yes,
German film.
actually, yeah.
And that's revolutionary on not only the sound side, but also the cinematography. Very much inspired the new Nosferatu as well.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we got a lot of really influential things even in the silent era before sound, and then as we kind of transitioned to the talkies, some of those films that were silent films got remade with, I guess you would call it dubbed at this point. Like they kind of added tracks to it where they had section, and it wasn't like the full movie; it was just sections that would get either dialogue or some sort
they
of
just
like
lay over stuff.
Yeah, sound effects or sound. It's kind of a funny term. They were called goat-glanded films.
Yeah. What does that even mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Goat-glanded.
And it's goat, like G-O-A-T.
Like greatest of all time.
Yeah, and then gland, like
Like a
your
gland.
pituitary gland.
Yeah.
So it was goat-glanded films. And I don't know where
That's
the term
weird.
came from, but it was a term that referred to silent films that got dubbed later as new technology came out and they could add more sound to it.
So that means Kung Pao is a goat-glanded film.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I had never heard this term before until I did
That's
some
first for
research
me.
into this.
That is a first for me.
But yeah, so then from there we just started having the standardized talkies.
I would say
and
like 20, 30 years pass and we get to like the 60s, 70s.
we get to the 60s and 70s. Fast forward a couple, 2-3 decades.
Couple decades.
And then we start getting a lot more prominent film scorers.
We get composed work.
Composers.
Yeah.
So a scorer is a composer that does a specific soundtrack for a film, right? It's specific to the film. It's made for the film.
And
it's not an existing piece of music.
Well, and that's the thing. Nowadays, it's kind of like
it's
I'm the film composer, and then like you chose a couple.
Now
you
it's a
know,
gray area. Right?
Yeah, like you chose a couple, like we mentioned, Blink 182 songs or whatever, and you're like, this fits over the movie. I would say we haven't lost. There's a few that are still freaking killing
Unreal.
it. But like the guy that watches the cut movie and he makes the sound to the movie, like what happened to that? I mean, there's still there's a bunch that are still doing it.
We
but
still have a couple that are still doing it. But yeah, I think I would say like 80s and 90s is when it really started, where you just had like a film soundtrack.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
where you just have songs that kind of like correlate or pertain to whatever
for
the film.
the movie. Like, and it's
yeah.
not like Justin Timberlake making that happy
For the
song
Trolls.
for Trolls. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like we have
It's
a
technically
composer.
a film score.
Technically.
It's technically a film score.
Technically. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about having your guy in the freaking black turtleneck and his little wand. And
John Williams.
Johnny Williams.
Again. So now we're going to touch back on, composers that have,
the legends of sound.
I would say,
honestly.
revolutionized and
Yeah.
have just become like, they're in the Hall of Fame of film scoring.
There's no one better.
Right. So again, I think John Williams is like, I would say the top for sure.
He's got to be one of the most well-known. Like,
I would argue that he is the most well-known. Like if you hear his stuff, it's
you've watched something he's made.
Yes.
Like,
Again, Indiana Jones, iconic. Jaws, Star Wars. I think he even did Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yeah.
And funny enough, this is something that I didn't know. He did Home Alone.
Yeah.
Like
Home Alone.
Who hasn't watched
But
Home
it's
Alone?
great. Like if you think about the sound, it's like
it's so good.
So well composed.
It's so fitting.
Like,
yeah, like John Williams and it's pretty diverse in like what
Yeah.
he's worked on. So like he knows what's up.
Yeah.
He's gonna come on and do the damn thing.
yeah. I mean, and he started as a jazz composer.
Yeah,
So he
again.
has versatility. And you know what's funny is the bar scene or the cantina in Star Wars. That was him stepping out into his little jazz world.
No way. Okay, that's so funny.
Like,
and I love in Family Guy when they're like they're doing the
any song
Star
requests.
Any song requests? Oh, the same one. Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, dude.
So that's like his little homage
And I would
to
say
himself.
that's like a huge iconic song.
Everyone knows that
Everyone
sound.
knows the Cantina song.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the
It's-
Cantina song.
Yeah. If you have a phone, you've heard it.
Yeah,
Like
it's
no question.
Again, John Williams, one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah. Which I think, I mean, I don't know when Hans Zimmer started. I can't give a direct date, but he definitely came after John Williams.
My best guess is that he
Like
started
90s.
in the 90s.
Yeah. That's
would
what
be
I would
my
say.
best guess. Because I would say he's more prominent now
Yeah.
than John Williams.
Well, John Williams is like
I mean,
80,
yeah.
dude.
Again, John Williams, his big things were like 70s, 80s, where you have Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
Star Wars,
90s and then
Jaws.
finishing off 2000s.
And
like,
yeah, exactly. But Hans Zimmer, I would say, like kind of took up the torch.
yeah. To
Because
say the least.
he started working with Christopher Nolan, and he's done basically all of Christopher Nolan's movies.
Yeah.
I think he did
both Dunes.
Both Dunes. He did Interstellar, which I think is one of my favorite soundtracks, or like film scores of any, as well as Inception.
Yeah.
I think Inception and Interstellar for me are like big ones where
Those
like
two are movies that are like 9s out of 10s, where
The
it's just like
sound
all
was
around. Oh, he did the Batmans as well.
and the Batmans. But the sound was perfect. Like
Yeah.
Inception and Interstellar specifically for me was like unreal. Like the sounds was, I don't know, like it brings you to the movie. Like you're brought to this different reality of you're in space going through this black hole and this wormhole. Like it was the perfect
perfection.
sound. It was perfect.
Interstellar is probably one of the top 10 movies ever made.
I
Bold
would say
statement.
top 5.
Wow.
Bolder statement.
That's bold.
I would say it's for me, and
That's
that's I'm entitled to my wrong opinion.
Yeah. It's a,
I'm entitled to my wrong
Yeah.
opinion, but I
But
would
that's the
say
beauty of
top
film.
5 for like scoring of any film. I think Hans Zimmer like nailed it for Interstellar.
it's perfect. I actually saw a meme, you know, when he's trying to like attach the spaceship to the space station.
Yeah.
And Tars is like, "It's not possible, sir." And then it was like they put Christopher Nolan's face on there, and they're like, "Make another banger album." And he's like, "It's not possible, sir." And then they switch over, and it's Hans Zimmer on Matthew McConaughey, and he's like, "It doesn't matter if it's not possible. It's necessary."
Dude, yeah. No,
It's
and
perfection, dude.
perfection. He also did Gladiator, which
Dude.
is I think I've mentioned on the show is like
One
my
of your
all-time
favorites. Yeah.
favorite movies.
Probably in that top 5.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, fantastic all around. Is continuing to do like fantastic work. I mean, Dune just came out a year and a half ago.
Dune.
A year ago,
It's-
right?
Yeah, a year ago. Dune 2 did.
Yeah.
Dune Messiah started filming yesterday.
Oh no way!
Yeah, dude.
Fire.
Did you see who's in
Fire.
it? This is side tangent. Sorry, this is not sound, but Robert Pattinson confirmed.
Oh, I saw. Okay, I
Yeah.
did hear that one.
Jason
Yeah.
Momoa and his son.
Momoa's back. We got.
Wait, you haven't read the book?
Well, I know he's in the books throughout, right? He comes back as like reincarnations or something like along those
Clones,
lines.
but yeah.
Clones, yeah, sure.
Fully-
I know he's like the most prominent character essentially, where he's like throughout the entire series.
He's like Samwise, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, he's like the not main character, but kind of the main
He's
character.
always there. He's the one character that's always there.
He affects the main character the most.
Okay.
Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then his son got cast as
Momoa's son? No
as
way.
Atreides Jr.
Oh, what?
Yeah, dude, that's so sick that we know that, because that means we're getting the jump. We're getting the freaking
that's
10-year
crazy.
jump.
That's crazy. Okay.
Because Messiah.
Well, I mean, yeah, Messiah
Well, it's actually
takes.
13 years. So like we know we're getting the jump.
Oh wow. Dude. Okay. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I'm really excited for that. That's gonna
Yeah,
be good.
and it's Denny,
I'm also really excited for 28 years later.
which we assume the sound is really good on.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually just watched 28 Weeks Later.
So good.
And okay, we talked about this before. Like
Little
maybe
silly
not,
Murph.
maybe not on the episode, but we've talked about like what's happened to film,
Yeah.
right? And it brought me back to that like
It's a
dark,
visceral,
dark, like
yeah.
so much red. Like their eyes, like the amount of blood,
It's just
like
OG.
it's so red, and I think a lot of horror films, like red is a very like scary color, like
Yeah.
when like with that deep blood red.
Vader in the hallway.
Yeah, and like
Done.
I think a lot of horror movies have gone away from that in a sense, where like that deep red, where it's everywhere, like that darkness you can't
Yeah,
see,
it's
like in the
evil.
shadows of like the shot, like it's been done away.
Yeah.
And it brought me
It
back
doesn't
to
work.
that like original gritty feeling of like,
You feel like you're there.
yeah, and it's maybe like the noise is a little bit much on some of the shots, but hey, who cares? Like,
Well, it
I don't
also
know.
makes
just,
it feel like you wouldn't be able to see in
yeah,
there. You
like,
know,
I miss that, and it really brought me back, and it just made me excited for 28 years later. Like, I'm really
I've
excited
heard
for that film.
Nothing but good about it.
I'm really excited.
And
for
Aaron
that.
Taylor Johnson, come on.
Yeah, it's
Stud.
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. Tangent. Sorry about that.
It happens. It happens. Hans Zimmer. Let's finish off on him and then talk about some celeb albums because
Yeah,
those are
so
fire.
I mean, yeah, Hans Zimmer, he's done great, and I think
He's the next generation. I mean, he's not. He's probably 15 years younger than John Williams, so like he's got some time.
he's got some time.
Yeah.
He's got some time for sure.
Yeah,
And I mean,
so-
as Christopher Nolan, I assume is going to continue to make movies.
Hans Zimmer's going to continue.
Hans
to
Zimmer is going to continue to be his
and
boy.
You know, Denny is going to have him on there as well.
Yeah, like I think, yeah, actually, yeah, Denny and Nolan are both.
Yeah. Oh, which
like-
by the way, Hans Zimmer did Blade Runner.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fire.
Duh.
Of course he did.
Duh.
Yeah. No, it's.
Oh, he did Arrival as well.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. We'll talk after the episode, but I have a crazy thought about
I've actually
Time and
there's
Arrival.
a movie I haven't seen that I've actually really want to watch now. 'Cause, like I did trivia at Amanda's work event.
Oh, yeah?
Like her work party yesterday, and we did trivia, and I haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth.
Wow.
And
Guillermo del Toro.
yeah, Del
Yeah.
Toro.
You
wanna
don't know about the
okay,
Spanish 3?
Okay. No. So okay, do you want to know what our team name? It was just Amanda and I. I said Arturo Del Toro.
That's good.
So I was like, okay, a little play on
Yeah.
Arturo and Guillermo. Obviously, his name is not Arturo, but I was like, Arturo
We
Del
should
Toro
do-
fan club was our name.
That's good. I like it because you need to look up the
Yeah,
Spanish
and-
3.
Yeah.
Inarritu Alvarez.
Pan's Labyrinth. I've heard nothing but great things, and I just haven't watched it.
It's
it's
Also
it's,
very ahead of its time.
Yeah,
And
that's what I
inspired
keep
a lot of
hearing.
his new movies. Like
That's what I heard.
The Way of Water and all
And
that stuff. Like,
he won the Academy Award in 2006 for it, right?
maybe. I don't know that deep.
I think something along those lines. Anyway, another side tangent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer. I think he's the next generation of like
He's
what
at least this generation.
he's this generation's John Williams.
yeah.
I would
He's our
say.
next Johnny.
Yeah. And
Which-
again, he's going to
keep 'em
continue to
coming.
do as Villeneuve does more stuff, as Nolan does more
Nolan.
stuff.
Anything Disney is definitely going to get picked up.
Oh yeah,
by
he
him.
did Lion King.
Yeah. So he's
Which is like I would not have guessed it, but yeah, he did a lot of Disney movies.
speaking of that,
The Prince of Egypt, he did.
yeah. Classic,
I
dude.
Prince of Egypt,
Classic.
and then Joseph, God of Dreams,
King of Dreams.
King of Dreams.
Yeah.
one of my two all time favorite Disney movies. Like they're so good.
Original sound.
Yeah,
I
Dude.
mean, dude, Moses, that movie, The Prince of Egypt, that's Val Kilmer singing, bro.
no way.
He's the main actor.
I've actually I've never looked in who did the voice acting on
Val
a lot of these like
Kilmer.
Disney movies. Val Kilmer did the.
Yeah, dude.
no way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's him.
That's wild.
Iceman.
Iceman. That's so wild.
yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like I need to go back and watch these movies and
I
listen.
think it's on
to
HBO.
Because I mean, dude, it's been
Dude, I know
it's
those
been
songs.
2 decades since I've seen a lot of these Disney movies.
Christian boy.
What is?
What's going on? Okay.
Okay, well that's something we'll make note of that.
Yeah.
That
Note
might
to
be.
self.
See, that might be what happened that one day with.
Could be the XLR. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Well, sorry for all the technical difficulties. But moving on to from Hans Zimmer, honorable mentions. Phil
Let's
Collins.
start with Philly.
Phil
boy.
Collins, dude. I
can
would
feel it
argue
calling.
that he has one of the best movie soundtracks, and although it is technically like a film score,
It's a soundtrack. For
it's a
sure, but
soundtrack. There's a CD.
Fire.
Absolute.
Two worlds, one family. Dude,
Phil Collins, dude, unreal.
nobody asked you to go that hard.
He did it for the game.
Dude, he did. He's like,
He did it for the game.
you know who I
No,
am?
we've talked about Phil Collins before on the show, but like, dude, honorable mention, Hall of Famer. You did not have to go that hard.
No, but you did, and thank you.
And thank you for
Honestly, that movie would be subpar if it did not have that soundtrack.
dude, the soundtrack was I mean, the movie itself is
It's good.
insane. It's
good.
great. But the soundtrack, dude, it was so unreal. Like,
even the little scene with the monkeys playing with pots and pans,
dude,
still slaps.
one of the best songs.
Arguably
Arguably the best banger on the album. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, killed it.
Turk went off. Dude. Turkina was going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Isn't that Rosie O'Donnell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's so funny, dude. So poor Dor. Yeah. No, but yeah, Phil Collins, one of
Next
the best.
would be Elton John,
Elton John,
who
yes.
did El Dorado, as well as Can You Feel the Love on Lion King.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He must have teamed up with Hans on that one, which is
That's
a crazy
wild. That's a
duo.
crazy collab.
But yeah, Elton John was those two. Which El Dorado, dude,
El Dorado is
fire
fantastic, dude.
soundtrack. Like, if they just made a live action of that exact movie, like just copy paste.
And okay, this is like my biggest gripe with remakes. Have you heard anything about the Lilo and Stitch remake?
No.
Trash.
What? I heard it was really good.
I haven't watched it. But I heard that they changed some very critical pieces of the movie that just changed the
I saw
vibe.
that they made what's his name? Choppa and Flick or whatever, the two aliens. So when they're in public, they just look like humans.
Pleakley,
You know what I'm talking
Preakley, and Jumba.
about. Jumba.
I know it's
that's right.
Jumba and Pleakley. I think Pleakley.
I was close. They just look like humans.
Yeah,
in
humans,
person,
yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, that makes sense for live action.
So one of the things that I saw, and I saw the scene, and it was just the scene itself. But if do you remember the scene in like the animated movie where Lilo and Nani are fighting in the house, right?
Yeah.
And then Lilo kind of ends the argument with Ohana means family, no one gets left behind.
Yeah.
Right. And then Nani kind of caves and is like, you're right. Nothing is more important than family. So in the live action, Nani doesn't give in, and she's like, no, you have to grow up. And then apparently, I haven't watched the movie, but apparently what she does is she gives up Lilo to go study college in the States, like in the mainland. So like they changed very big pieces of the movie that
Why
made
would
it.
you do that?
The whole movie was about family and not ever giving up on family.
Literally
and, like, no one gets left behind. Ohana means no one gets left behind. They completely changed it.
Disney.
And
Stop.
so I might get a little political on here, and I apologize for this. There's speculation from people that I saw that it was like pro colonization propaganda for Hawaii. Where you know how like
What? How
like
does that
rich
work?
Rich people are always trying to buy up land.
Yeah, so it's like
and
get the
they wanted the sentiment of like, no, you can go to
the
somewhere
States.
the States and
Yeah.
go do something else. So
That's
it was
a
like
wild grasp.
it was
But
it with that change, I feel like it made a little sense.
Yeah.
Maybe even just a little bit.
that's I mean, why even make the change?
but
though?
why make
Like,
the change,
it's
right?
already
If it's
a perfect little
and
story.
when someone was like it feels like pro-colonization propaganda, I kind of was like, huh.
That's weird.
It's
That's too much. Disney.
I
listen,
wouldn't say the shoe fits, but it's the right size.
It's yeah.
So again, sorry if that's a little political, but that's one of the things that
Yeah.
I saw with the changes of Lilo and Stitch is why would you change such an integral part of the movie? It's the core of the movie.
Ohana.
Ohana means family. No
Yeah.
one gets left behind.
No one.
So that's one of the things that I
Even
have with
Stitch
like
says it.
one of the gripes I have with remakes is the changes that they do make.
If it's not broken, why are we fixing these
Exactly.
things?
So
Like,
yes, if they did an exact copy of El Dorado, beautiful.
magnificent. Don't even change the soundtrack.
No,
Just
no.
leave the
Just-
soundtrack. It's already done.
Just find actors
Yep.
that look similar, that can get the range that you're looking for.
Let me tell you,
that's-
the chick, she better be an exact replica, because I found out why us 90s kids love hips. It's El Dorado.
I think
it's
you meant to say
freaking-
Latinas.
No. Miss Elastic.
Okay, okay,
She
but
got those-
Pixar loves to make
those
the thick
hips.
moms.
I was like, man, why do I love hips?
I don't know why Pixar loves the thick moms, but we love it and we're here for it.
So you know what? If we match that,
If
we
they-
have a perfect copy.
Again, carbon
Perfect.
copy, beautiful. But yeah, that's my biggest gripe with like remakes. And I think again, if something isn't broken, don't change it. If you're gonna bring it to live action, which obviously with technology now we can,
Yeah.
but like don't change the integral parts of what makes the movie good.
Also, don't change the story for the people that are buying the tickets
don't-
for the kids movie.
Yeah,
Like,
so obviously I heard kids loved it because Stitch.
well, they didn't watch the old one.
Yeah, and they didn't watch the old one, obviously.
But the
kids didn't.
parents in that theater
Yeah,
were
but
not
that
happy.
was the one thing I heard about the new Lilo and Stitch remake was that they changed some integral parts of the
I hate
story
that.
itself.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Disney, just stop.
Yeah.
One last little call out, and it's one of my favorites, is Prince.
Prince.
And you know what he did?
Purple Rain.
Well, of course he did Purple Rain, but he did Batman with Tim Burton.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no way.
Yeah, and that is a fire soundtrack.
Okay.
Fire. You know the music videos? He actually wore half a Batman suit and half
No
of a
shit,
Joker
dude.
suit. Fire.
Like Two-Face style?
Yep.
Or like
split
no
right
way.
down the middle. He played Joker and
I've actually
Batman.
never seen those music
Yeah.
videos. Okay.
Fire. So as a little last honorable mention,
Another honorable mention.
we miss the days of artists coming in and just lighting those keys on fire and just saying,
Dude.
here's one of the greatest albums you're ever going to hear.
Yeah. No. Shout out Phil Collins. Shout out Prince. Shout out Elton John. Obviously, I don't think Elton John's going to continue making music. I don't
think he
Prince.
like officially retired. Like he had his last tour and then he's like, I'm done.
Well, I know he was touring
Yeah.
because of the movie and
Yeah.
whatnot, right? Yeah. So
Speaking of sound, Taron Egerton for Rocket Man sang the song so well
I remember
that
you
he
told
brought Elton John brought Taron Egerton on his
me on
last
tour,
tour
right? Yeah.
to sing with him.
Crazy.
You
Also
have to be
just-
so damn
Dude,
talented.
Taron Egerton is one of he's an I wouldn't say up and coming. I think he's established himself at
He's
this point.
established, but
But dude,
he's so versatile.
he's so good. Like I think the first time I saw him was in Kingsman.
Yep. I think that was his first Bugsy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Was it
like
his
first
first-
major break, I would say.
Okay. First major break. He might have done other projects, but that's the first time that I really saw him, and I thought he was dope in that.
Yeah.
And then as he's come out with other stuff,
He just gets better and better.
the last thing I saw
Blackbird?
with him,
Is that what it's called? Blackbird?
which one was that?
The prison one?
Oh God, dude,
So good.
so good. Yeah,
Which-
it was I think it was like a 6-episode show.
Yeah,
like
on
a
Apple.
6-episode series.
Blackbird.
Blackbird.
Yeah.
yeah. With oh my God, bro.
Also, the sound in that one is incredible.
No,
That's a composed show
he,
as well.
He killed it. He killed it. He's done fantastic. He also did the movie with Jason Bateman on Netflix.
Oh, the airport
one on-
security one.
Yeah, the TSA.
Yeah, they're calling it the new Die Hard.
Kind of actually.
Yeah.
I see the correlation for sure.
It's just a random little cop that has to
yeah.
stop a major event.
But dude, he did fantastic in
Yeah.
that movie as well.
He's
like,
great.
No, shout out Taron Egerton. This has nothing to do with the sound episode that we're doing today, but
Yes,
shout
it does. His beautiful voice.
His
you know,
beautiful.
He
like,
also,
okay, yeah, you're right.
He
He
did
sang. He sang. Yeah.
You know, he sang all the songs in Sing, the animated show where he plays a gorilla. He did all that too.
He was in that.
He's the gorilla.
I've never watched Sing because I'm an adult.
Okay, you can still watch things for the creation and the
For sure. For
should
sure.
watch
I
Sing.
think the last movie I watched that was like very children aimed was The Grooks.
the Groods.
The Groods.
Fire.
It was great. No,
I
don't
love-
get me wrong. It was great. I love I love those movies because they do have a lot of like hidden adult jokes.
It's innuendos.
Yeah,
that's
a lot
the
of
best part about
innuendos.
them.
They're great, but like I don't make it a point, and I don't like.
I watch
know.
all of them. I watch all of them. I watch all films. But to end this conversation, there's one movie that you need to watch on Netflix that just came out, and it's K-pop Demon Hunters.
It's a movie.
Yeah. and it is made by the people that did Into the Spider-Verse, and it's solely
Another
based.
great soundtrack, by the way.
Oh,
first
fire,
of all, both of them great soundtracks
Done by Post Malone
done by Post Malone
and various other artists.
and
but
shout out Sway Lee for
that Sunflower
Sunflower
banger.
song. Yeah, dude, banger.
I listened to that for 5 years straight.
Dude,
I think I still am listening to
actually, yeah, I'm glad you actually brought that up because that was another fire soundtrack. That's how we wanted to end the episode, is actually just fire soundtracks for movies.
Sunflower, amazing. Transformers, come on.
Dude, Linkin Park. Thank you.
Come on.
Yeah,
at least for
shout
us.
out.
At least for our era.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I grew up on Linkin. I remember the first band I actually liked was Linkin Park. One of my homies back in Mexico burned me Meteora. He burned me a Meteora CD when I was 6, and it was like, dude, I loved Linkin Park since then. Yeah. Transformers was great.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Awesome
mix 1 and 2.
Fantastic.
Come on. James Gunn. Great job.
Yeah. No. What else? Scott Pilgrim.
Oh my.
I love Scott Pilgrim.
That's just one of those where they're like, here you go. This is fun.
And it's funny because it technically is a scored album because it was made for Scott Pilgrim.
But it's
versus
not like
the universe.
Composed.
But it wasn't composed. Yeah, you're right. So
Speaking on composed,
it's one of those gray areas of
it's a
was it a
line.
score? Was it just a soundtrack?
You meet the definition, but you're not technically.
Technically, you're there, but you're not quite there.
One more ending thing that we didn't talk about with John Williams is his intentionality with this sound.
Yeah, that's right. You wanted to touch on this. Yeah,
the characters. So if you've seen Star Wars, if you haven't, or are even listening to this podcast, don't. But every single character has their own song, and that's one of the most brilliant things ever when you're telling a story, because you can lead with that when you know what's happening in the story.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the composed side of we're going to watch this unscored film and we're going to match the sound to the movie.
And I mean, I think that's just from his composing background, because I remember in music class when I was in elementary school, there was this a couple composed songs where it's a story and each instrument represents a character.
Yes.
Right? So I think it kind of goes back into that where at least the song that we were studying was this song about, I think there was a wolf involved and there was other characters, and I remember the French horn represented the wolf. That was one that really resonated. I
remember
with me.
that actually.
So and I think he probably took that and just made it into each character either has their own instrument or their own song.
Well, it's the Empire is all brass instruments, whereas the Rebellion is typically string instruments. So it's he's just playing on what the instruments represent as well as what the characters represent.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
It's brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant.
It's one of those things, again, subconsciously that composers and videographers and cinematographers are doing, is these subtle things that we don't realize is making us feel the way we feel as we watch and listen to these movies.
It's just a brilliant mesh of two different skill sets. And if you can find that in your team, take full advantage. That's so unheard of to find a team, and obviously they were top notch at the time.
Yeah.
But it's having someone that understands your film as much as they understand your music, to match that is.
Yeah. And I think that's the importance of just collaboration with your peers, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, us,
we're all better at different stuff.
We're all better at different stuff, and when we come together, we create beautiful projects.
Yeah.
That's the episode. Is we wanted to talk about film
sound
and the sound specifically in films, the history of it, where it comes from, and the importance of it in just
how we
pieces,
got here.
Right? Yeah, from just general music to sound effects to voice and dialogue and what they do to bring your film to life.
Yeah, and there's definitely betters than I don't know where I was going with that. There's more better.
There's more better.
There's more better. My brain is
There's
fried.
more better out there. So.
I'm raising a child. There are definitely people that are much better at composing than some others. That was so poorly said again, but they're the Hans Zimmers and the John Williams, those guys just outstand everyone. They're
Yeah.
not just like music producers. I think there's a huge separation of like producers and composers.
And I recently saw a reel about film and just structuring your storyline when you're, making either a short video, short film, long form film, of like, especially when it comes to sound, there is a place for everything, right? And it's really
Intentionality.
It's your job to find what fits where and what belongs where. And composers and people that curate soundtracks for movies are just so good at recognizing what is missing and what needs to go in those moments, and just throughout the film they know what needs to be put where.
And it even ties all the way to the opposite end of the spectrum, where you have A Quiet Place, where there's mass moments of the movie where it's just dead silent.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
again,
even I was watching BoJack Horseman the other day, and there's this episode specifically that's kind of like a silent film-esque, where BoJack goes underwater for the
makes sense. It's silent.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So he is premiering his movie Secretariat or whatever, and then he goes into like the bottom of the ocean to where like his premiere is, and he's wearing the bubble thing, so he can't talk to like the fish or whatever. And the whole episode is just him like mumbling, the other fishes are like mumbling, and like you kind of have to rely on the sound and the music that is being played.
Feel
and,
the episode.
You have to feel the sound of like what is being portrayed. Funny enough, at the end, he realizes there's a button that's like an intercom that he could like have been using to talk. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But
they
yeah,
did a
it's just
great
like,
job at representing.
It does a great job.
space.
And there's one scene specifically where he's running away from like these fish authorities, and they're going through this like gum field where like their feet are sticky, and it's like very like high tense music, right? And it's like dun 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 dun, and then it just cuts away from him running to like just a fuller picture of all of them, and they're slowly moving, and there's no sound to kind of just signify of like they're actually it's
nothing's
intense,
happening,
but very little is happening. Like they're
Their
all
hearts
stuck.
are racing,
Yeah, they're all
but-
stuck in this gum, so they're moving very slowly, and it just like it showed how sound
affects it.
Right? You're in this intense moment, but like in the reality, it's like they're not really moving, and they show it by just cutting out all sound, and then they're slowly moving through like gum.
Back through the gum.
So
I mean, I saw a meme yesterday where it was like, the Titanic isn't that sad if you change the soundtrack. And then they put like a dubstep song over it, and it's like all these people sliding down, and it looks awesome.
Yeah,
It's
like sound is so important in your projects. Like you should take the time to learn sound and find music and sound effects that really fit into what you're trying to portray.
Yeah.
Right. It's half of your film.
if
visual.
not,
Films are a perfect balance of visual and audio. Is that a word? Audio. Audible.
Yeah.
Audio. Just audio.
Audio.
But visual and audio, and you have to kind of marry them perfectly together to portray whatever you're trying to portray.
Yeah.
But yeah, sound, so important. Don't forget about sound.
Never forget it.
Never forget it.
Unless you're making a silent film, but
and
probably shouldn't do that.
Honestly, like I feel like we're due for like a good silent film, because people have done it over the years. Like it's not dead. It's just obviously not
it's
done
like
very much.
It's a hard
But I
avenue.
think someone should make a silent film that just
Bring
like
it
hits,
back.
right? Like
Yeah.
no, I guess A Silent Place did it. A Quiet Place.
Quiet Place. But it wasn't a silent
It
film.
wasn't like a silent film. Like they still kind of like
They had
like
talking
talk,
and stuff. Yeah.
but like a full silent film, I think would be kind of like an iconic thing to do now.
yeah. Give it a try.
So, yeah, importance of sound.
And staying weird.
Staying weird. Stay weird.